Hi everyone. So, as I was saying in like my intro, I really didn't talk to camera very much, like really at all for like day 0 especially. Um, but I just wanted to like pop in here and give you guys some context on what happens after we board the plane to from San Francisco to Vegas. And honestly, there's a lot to fill you in here, but basically we ran into like day 0 was honestly pretty fucking rough, y'all. Like very rough. I hear that a lot of other people had a lot of issues getting in to Vegas on Thursday, especially at night, especially if you were flying in. So yeah, let me fill you in on some of the context there in the following slide. All right, so we board our plane in San Francisco. The shitty part about our flights was that, well, one, we took Southwest, which like we've taken frequently, but I will say in like the last couple of years, I feel like the quality of Southwest has kind of gone downhill, kind of starting to feel like a Spirit Airlines, but I digress. We had to have a connecting flight from San Francisco to Burbank and then Burbank to Las Vegas. So our flight from San Francisco to Burbank was perfectly fine, very smooth. I think it was like under an hour flight or something like that. We get there, we get off of the plane, we go to like the little food area that they have some of the best burgers I've ever had, especially for it being inside of a freaking airport. So that was really good. Um, and then the problems really start once we get on the plane again from Burbank to Las Vegas. We got stuck on the tarmac for over an hour. They would not let us deboard the plane and like go and do whatever inside the airport for a couple of hours and then get back on the plane. You had to stay on the plane. So we got stuck on the plane for over an hour. Mind you, like at this point, I think our flight was supposed to be getting into Vegas around 10 p.m. We did not get into Vegas until like basically midnight. Okay, so at this point, we've landed in Vegas. It's well after midnight. It's probably 1 a.m. at this point. And me and my boyfriend are just over it. The airport was so packed, like beyond people who were there for EDC, there was definitely a lot of people who were there on vacation. And so the airport was just a shit show. I went to go to the Uber like pickups section because me and my boyfriend had the plan of like splitting up for him to go and get the bags and the rental car while I went and checked into the hotel. But for the life of me, I could not get an Uber ride. The people who are waiting in that area, it was well over 200 people waiting to get picked up by an Uber. Every time I tried to call for an Uber, it was canceled. So there was no way in hell that I was going to get an Uber from the airport to our hotel. So at this point, I had to go back inside, find my boyfriend, get our checked bags, and then we had to find this like shuttle that takes you to the rental car place, which is like maybe like a 15-minute drive from the airport to like the main rental car places. So there's like Enterprise, Hertz, like all the big names are at that first stop for the airport shuttles. But of course, we did not get one of those rentals. We got one that was like through Kayak or like one of those other kind of sites. So we had to take a shuttle from the airport to the first rental car place and then take another shuttle from that place to the rental car place that we had, which was another 15 minutes away from the airport. So like 30 minutes away from the airport. We didn't really know this until like later. So at this point, we stand in that line for the like getting to the rental car places, and that line took like almost an hour. Then we get to the rental car place, and that takes like another like 30 to 45 minutes. But anyways, we did all that. We got our car. We get in, we go to our hotel. Woohoo, we're in Vegas. At this point, I can honestly say that it was probably closer to like 2 a.m., maybe 2:30. And mind you, like we still haven't even checked in to our hotel. So we finally get to the hotel. We're staying at the Link in Las Vegas. Shout out to Cami for giving us this recommendation. It was a pretty good hotel, but I'll get to that later. When we get there, there is a ridiculously long line to check in. I am not kidding you. It was literally like we went from one line to another line to another line to another line. And at this point, I was like, if I see one more fucking line, I'm going to kill myself. But, anyways, the Link had these little like kiosk things where you could like technically self check in instead of having to like check in at the front desk in the lobby. But the thing is, we couldn't use that because we had the wrong room. So they had given us like a double for some reason as part of the like through EDC's website, like you could book your hotel and then you got like a hotel block of like rooms that were like just for people who were there for EDC. And I guess in that, for some reason, we got a double instead of a single. And since it was just me and my boyfriend, we really just needed a single. And so we stood in that line for what was probably like an hour to get our room changed. And despite getting our room changed, we were still in not the best room. We were on like the fifth floor, and this picture does it perfectly. We were literally in one of these like rooms that was on the left-hand side of the screen, right where the pool was. I swear to God, you guys, we maybe would have been better off with the double instead of the single, but we weren't going to sleep in two beds. We just needed one bed. So, yeah, the pool situation sucked because they started playing music at like 10:30 or 11 a.m. every day. And so, yeah, we stood in that line for a very long time. I will say the Link was still pretty nice. It's a really nice location. It's pretty central. It's close to a lot of things. They have the high roller. They also have like these like zip line things that you can do. Like there's just like a lot of activities. It's across the street from Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio, and then there's like this like whole area where you can get like Fat Tuesdays, a bunch of different like late night food. There was like an In-N-Out that was like a 5-minute walk from our hotel. Inside the hotel, there's like a casino. They have like all these little like stores where you can pick up like anything that you forgot. So like, I don't know, Alka-Seltzer, Advil, Dramamine, and then they have like Dunkin' Donuts and these little shops where you can get like breakfast sandwiches and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, at this point, it's like 3:30 in the morning once we check in and we just want to go to sleep.
The next day,
So it's now Friday, like actually Friday, of after we've gone to sleep and all that stuff. And I had booked an appointment to get braids done, like festival braids, at Rolita Couture's pop-up shop, which shout out to her because I've never done festival braids and now I don't know what to do with myself. I feel like I need to do it all the time now. But anyways, I was trying to go to Rolita Couture's pop-up shop and we parked inside of the parking garage at the Link. And I don't know why, but like nobody was being able to like get out of that parking lot. Like we all had room keys, none of our room keys were working. And so we just like could not get out of the parking garage. There was like a car in front of me, I was in the middle, and then there was a car behind me like trying to get out. And it's like 8:30 in the morning and we're all trying to get out. The like assistance button isn't working. We like can't get the little like things. I don't know, this is kind of a good picture, but like those little things to like go up so that you could drive out. And so I literally was like in the car. I called my boyfriend who was like still trying to like sleep. I was literally crying on the phone. I was like, I'm gonna be late to my appointment. I'm gonna miss my appointment. I had a full on breakdown in the fucking car. But lo and behold, We made it to Rolita's pop-up. I was like a half an hour late, so thank God that they still saw me and did my braids. Here's a picture of them. Here's a picture of me meeting Rosa. She's the best person ever. I love you forever. Thank you so much.
3 hours later.
We made it in. Carol, we made it in.
Yay! 1,096 days later.
Literally.
Yes! You're gonna blow me, dude.
How do you feel about being back?
I'm excited!
Hi, me again. So after Boris Brejcha, I stopped recording for the rest of the night because at this point in the night, the wind really picked up and I was just freezing my ass off. So after Boris, I went and met up with my rave fam that you saw at the very beginning, Mucho Lit crew, shout out Mucho Lit, at the Eurotrash, at the Rhino bus for Eurotrash. We didn't stay there very long. We ended up going from there to Wasteland and seeing the very end of Mad Dog, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, basically after that, stayed till sunrise, got back in the car, drove home. I got breakfast at the link. But yeah, that is the end of day 0 and day 1. Come back for day 2 and day 3 soon. Thanks, guys.